check in and make sure you guys can hear me and everything. So let me know because I'm trying to. Heather will tell you once because I know she's helping us. Heather will tell you that right before we went live, um, Zoom decided to update and lock me out. So it is always fun, you know. I'm just trying to make sure that I can see you and I can see me, and there we go. So hello everyone. So we're gonna give it a few minutes until you guys can find us, and then we're gonna get started. So if you are with me, let me know that you can see me. I'm gonna double check on my phone. I'm pretty sure that I can see myself. So I'm not ignoring you. Okay, there we go. So online. Thank you. Perfect, you know? Yeah. So, oh, you see Heather's here with us. So, hi, Heather. Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here. It is the first live since the new year. So, happy new year to all of you. I'm Natalie D'Souza. I'm part of the video design team for Pink Fresh Studio, and I'm going to be your host today. So, it is going to be fun because it's always fun and it's always like, entertaining, and I have a lot of stories. So I hope you had a great holiday. We are going to work with combining a few things from the shop, and you gotta wait to see the new collections. They're coming. They're gonna take a little bit longer. So for now, you're gonna see us like, just go and review and bring everything that we have. We're gonna go through all that stash before we bring in the new stuff. So today was that idea. It's like, let's refresh. And yes, I do have longer hair because I need to go get a haircut. Because it's been fun in my house. It's holidays are the gift that keeps on giving. I have a lot to tell you about, so if I look tired, it's because once I turn the camera, I'll tell my story. And yes, I look tired. Yes, and I gained weight during the holidays because we ate like little pigs. Yes, it was eventful as always, you know. But I am glad you guys are here. Remember to comment and share the feed. At the end of the live, you're gonna have me for an hour and a half. Um, we are going, well, no, Heather will draw for a gift certificate for $15 to the shop, so you can, use it to buy some of the newer stuff that's coming. And I'm gonna tell you that it's beautiful. There's a lot of things coming to the shop that are really, really pretty. I might pull some of the stuff down. I don't know yet. I'm prepared for this. I have an idea. I don't think I wanna, bring it out, but I might. I'm gonna tell you why I'm semi-prepared, and I'm gonna tell you how, Leah and I were laughing yesterday about this. So a few things that I gotta touch. I already mentioned to you, remember about the $15 gift certificate. If you comment and share this feed at the end of the live, Heather will draw for one. And then the other thing is remember to check the session for the sales. I know that this week was all about the pop-up stamps, the rubber ones, but I know there's a new one. Today's the last day for that one. Tomorrow will be a new sale, so I don't, just check for the details. And then the last thing I want to tell you is I know that some of you guys are not watching us live because we're coming out of lunchtime. So if you're watching a replay or if you're watching live, let us know where you're watching from. I am coming to you from Toronto, Canada, and we really like to know, how far and wide we're reaching. And as always, thank you so much for joining me. So I'm gonna flip the camera. I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna work with, and we have a lot to talk about. And then you don't have to see my bags too. So give me 1 second. Remember, it takes one button for me, which really does. And there we go. So let me put the phone away too. So there we go. You see my hands? I told you. All the yummy food from the holidays. Tubby. Sorry, I'm just gonna ask for water. Bring it up for me, please. Okay, so today I'm going to, everything that I listed today, that I'm going to use today is listed in the description of this video, just in case you're wondering. But we're going to go through like a little bit of what I have here on my table. Sorry, I'll show you what I got for Christmas, and it's like one of the best things. I got Stanley. So I drink a lot of water, so So I have what I pulled out 4 papers. So let me just get in order. I have my die cutting machine on the side and everything. So what I pulled for the papers is the Lovely Blooms collection. I have the 12 by 12 paper pack here. So I have some of the papers here, and I have a newer one just in case I need extra paper. I do have a piece of white cardstock because I think I'm going to use it. And then I have pretty much all the Garden Bouquet collection. I have the chipboard stickers and the cardstock stickers are here. I have a few pieces from Lovely Bloom. And then I have, of course, my washi tape. Pre-cut some because I always have a lot of pre-cut. I'm going to walk you through all of this. So don't worry, I'm going to take you through everything. And I also have a die here and I have an idea. So let's just set this aside and let's start by, prepping everything. So let me just reach for a piece of cardstock, which I have here handy. So let's start by creating our, embellishment. In this case, we're going to create our embellishment using the Garden Bouquet washi tape, still available in the shop. So, you can find it. And when I went yesterday, to look at everything, you can find everything that I'm using is available at the shop. So let's start with this. And I had a little, I'm gonna use my ruler because it's handy and it's gonna come in handy. So the way you work about washi tapes, and there is a class complete on the YouTube channel, the Pink Fried Tutor YouTube channel, in case you're wondering, or you've never worked with it. I think Heather and Leah went through it, what you can do with it. There's a lot that you can do with it. So first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna need, I'm gonna cut this. And I'm shuffling because there's little things that I have next to me that you can't, that I just have to reach for. Because my table, in case you've never been here, I have a magical table. Either it's either disorganized or it has stuff or it's amazing, my table. So this is an 8.5 by 11 sheet of white cardstock. I'm using Hammer Mill 100-pound color cover stock. I think I said it right this time around. So I'm gonna cut it in half. So it's around 4.25. Because the width of the washi tape is around 4 inches. So that's all I need. So I'm gonna go with 4 inches. And it is around 10.5 inches or so, the panel. So I'm just gonna keep it in. So I have my half here. Set that aside. And all you're gonna need is something that gives a straight edge that you can apply pressure so that you can run your washi tape smoothly on the cardstock. And remember, this is washi tape, so you can peel it and restick it in case it doesn't work. Okay, so let's hope I don't rip it because I'm good at that. So how was your holidays? How were your holidays? Did you did you enjoy your Christmas? Did you celebrate New Year's? What you guys do? You see, and I told you I'm gonna rip it because it's been there for a while, but it's okay. The prettiness it is, I'm gonna rip it, and I'm willing it to do that. So let me just peel this. So okay, so be careful with this. I'm gonna take out this panel and set it there. And I'll probably use it after. I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do. Wait, for now, let's just work with a brand new panel. But I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna fix that too. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be careful. So here we go. I'm just gonna put it on my cardstock. Like I said, it's washi tape. So you can peel, move it around a bit. And here's where you're gonna need a straight edge because it's gonna help you take out the bubbles that you might create on your washi tape. See, like this. So you just run the edge, straight edge. It could be a credit card, it could be a bone folder, whatever you have handy. I happen to have my ruler. Now I like to cut the washi tape with my favorite tool, a box cutter. And there you go. So let's just use up this one here. Let me find a piece of something a little bit different. Hold on. Like I said, my workstation is right next to my my dining table, so I'm able to do this. So I'm gonna, even though I'm not gonna use it, I just wanna have it in a different format. So I'm gonna use vellum for the one that I ripped. And it's an easy solution. That's the beauty of the washi tape is that you can fix it very easily. This was not in the plan. That's why you saw me walk away from the screen. Okay. I'm gonna take this, put it right there. Same thing. Just rub it. Okay, you straight edge. That's gonna help you, like I said, get rid of all the bubbles. Get this little piece that I wrapped. We're gonna do a little bit of surgery here. So it's gonna match the red. So like I said, how was your holidays? You know, like, did you guys have fun? Did you go see your family? It happens to be our, busiest time of the year. I have to be honest with you guys on that. Because both my kids' birthdays happened to be 2 days before and 2 days after Christmas. So it's always fun. I'm gonna set this back into my little tape, and I'm gonna get my die cutting machine. I have it here. Good. There we go. So I'm gonna set it on the side here because it's easier to have it off camera and doesn't, shake the entire room. Okay, I'm reaching for my platform. You're gonna see, like I was said, the very loved plate. So I'm gonna use the cardstock here. So I'm gonna set it. The beauty of the die for this is that they come in all, like you get the die in one single piece. So it's not like you have to go and be fixing every single one of the flowers. It all sits in one piece. So it's easy to set it and die cut it. So you are going to need some washi tape or anything that is gonna help you hold the die from moving. Remember, washi tape tends to be a little bit slippery. So you're gonna see what I'm gonna do. And hold, some of it is gonna hold to the washi tape, but I'm gonna help myself with a little bit more. I have some mint tape to hold it onto my platform. I'm gonna go outside of the cardstock. This is gonna secure that I don't the die doesn't slide when I put it through my die cutting machine. Remember, washi tape's a little bit slippery. So here we go. Take this. Then look over here. And see, like even though I said that, the washi tape moved a bit. So not the washi tape, the clay. It's a little wide. Trying to make sure that it's not, it moved a little. So let's try again. Okay, there we go. Okay. So here we go. And I'll cut this one after. I don't need it right now. So it all comes in, like all the little pieces are gonna come at once. So, and that's just put it to the side. So you have all your little embellishments here in one single pass from the washi tape, and you can create as much as you need or you want. And there you go. So I have all the pieces. I usually, when I go into die cutting, I do quite a few of lines or panels of the washi tape. So I have them ready. So this is what I have, and I'm just gonna go ahead and put it away. I don't think I'll need more. For this project, you're gonna probably need like 2 panels, 3 panels at the most. I don't think you'll need more than that because once you see what I have in mind, then we'll talk about it. So I'm trying to read comments. It's a little bit hard for me right now because I'm trying to work. So every so often when I look down, I take a peek. So I'm gonna set this aside. So the other thing that I pulled from my stash is the ornate circle die set. Now you're gonna see that I have it completely washi tape on the back. And it's because you have to find, it comes in 2 pieces. This one cuts the design detail, and this one cuts out the design. So what you're gonna get is something like it. Don't worry, I'm gonna show you how to work it out. But I cut a few ahead of time because we're gonna need quite a few for this. So I have a few pictures here. I have the idea. I know what it has to look like in my face. In my head. I just haven't decided whether I want to have one picture or two. But I do know that I want to cut papers from the Lovely Bloom collection using this die for my frame. So it's a matter of like, going to the design part of this too. See? And I'm going to use a 12 by 12. I've already pre-cut some of these papers. So like, I know that these are my leftover pieces. So I don't want to get rid of them, but I'm hoarding another collection. So I'm okay with like, getting rid of this. Plus my 6x6 paper pad is pretty much finished. So I'm going to go with a pattern that, I want something either very solid or want something that has very little pattern so that when I cut it, I can see the details without like, having like a big pattern behind it. I'm going to explain to you why. Because I want to use this as the frames for my picture. And like I said, I haven't decided if I want one or two pictures. And in case I have one, I have one of my goddaughters here. Or if I have two, I have my sister and my niece at their vacation. So I have some pictures. And when I went looking for the photos, I make sure that, these are around 3x4, and I give them, I measure my frame. It's around 2.5, I think it was almost 3 when I measure it. So I make sure that my picture fit inside of the circle, one thing. And then the other thing is I make sure that when I had to crop it, I wasn't going to crop anything like, heads or anything like that. So just be mindful of that. You're asking me if I use the vellum. I'm not going to use the vellum. I just had leftover that I ripped that piece of washi tape. So I just put it on vellum and I cut it after. I am not going to use the vellum one. When you use the washi tape on the vellum, your die cuts are a little bit see-through. For what I'm going to create today, I am not going to need that. I need something that has a white background because I am thinking that I want my background to be in color. So when I use one of these papers for my background, so I want things to pop from there. So that's what I'm not using the vellum one. So, but if you can see, you're gonna see the difference. See the vellum, you have the translucency. When you have the white, you don't. So I want them with white cardstock for today's project. Okay. So there we go. So I think I want these two. Like I said, I haven't decided whether I want the two photos or just one. But my idea, so that you see where my brain is going. Okay, me move the little pieces that I have here to the side. I have a full page here. Is I want to tie my circles in a line. And I mean tie them because I am going to loop string around them. Like this. I want to tie them. And I have my strings here. Okay. I even have white on the side. I want to tie them to the edge of the paper. That means that I'm going to trim this paper smaller. So I haven't decided if I have, like I said, if I want to use two photos or I just want to use the one. So if I use two, then I know two, and the title is going to be here. If I use just one picture, then it will be here, embellishment, and my title will be down here or up here. I don't know yet. I haven't decided. What I do know is, like I said, because I want to use pattern paper for my background, I don't know what to do. Let me put this away. I kind of like this for my background because it does have a pattern. It is titled. I already have a piece. I know that once I, tie them up, I want to make that noticeable. So I'm not going to drive it all the way to like the 12 by 12 inch margin. I want to have something that is going to show that. So for that, I need the panel where my medallions, let's call it that, or my frames are going to sit to be a little bit smaller. In this case, I have this piece already. I was considering this paper, but it's too short. And then I saw a grid and I was like, oh, it's not complicated. So I think I'm gonna put them here and so you have an idea. I brought this just because I thought a little bit different. Like I said, even though I cut this in white cardstock, I do want to cut it out of pattern paper. So I like this. It does have a pattern, but it's very subtle. It's a tone on tone. So it reads as like a solid. So I think I like this. So let's go up and find paper. I actually kind of like the idea of cutting it of this paper. I don't know the name because of course I've cut it, but it's the one that has the cut apart on the other side. Okay, so I consider cutting out of the green. I think it's a little bit too dark. I want to keep it light, just so if you see here, this is going to stand out. The pattern is really subtle, so I think it's going to pop from the background. The other paper that I consider cutting is this pink. So I might like, not this, because I can fussy cut this, but I think I want to cut maybe one out of here, just so like, I have a different colors coming down. Like I said, I cut a little bit ahead of time, but we're gonna do a lot of the work with you guys together. I thought about this peach, but I don't, I want something that's really subtle so that the flowers are gonna pop a little bit more, and so is the picture. So I think these two are the ones. This is gonna be my background, and they both look nice on this. So let's get that done. I can also cut it from here. Let me see. I don't like that. But then you're gonna read just part of it. No, I want something that has more of like a complete design. So we're gonna cut, anyways, we're gonna cut two of this and one of this. Or I can do the opposite. Let's start with this and then we decide. Let me just do a little bit of cleanliness here. And let's go ahead. And like I said, you're gonna see that I've washi taped this on all the sides because one of the things about this die, this is the ornate circle, it's not that it's like exact. So you have to find the right way to cut it. Maybe mine, but once you set the center, like once I set it in the center, I like to keep it in place so it doesn't move. So I'm gonna show you a little secret. You see these lines here on my tape? So I've like done this. I don't know if you can see it. This one has one line. This one has like a squiggle. This one has two lines. I'm gonna mark it again. And this one doesn't have anything. That means that like for some reason I were to cut like this come apart, I can use the lines in the washi tape to keep it together, to keep it back like, to the center point. I hope that makes sense, but it makes sense to my brain as always. So let me just cut a piece of paper from here. And this paper's name is Bloom Brightly. I love both sides. I love this, so I know that I'm gonna make sure that this is gonna be fussy cut for another project. So when I take it from here, and this one is around a 4.5, if I'm not mistaken, around 4 inches. So I'm kind of 4.5 inch strip on this side. Let's see, 4.5 or so. Let's start with a 4.5 by a 4.5 square. And if I need another one, once I cut one, then I'll decide. Okay, like I said, I need 3 of them. And you're gonna need some out of white cardstock. I have done the white cardstock ahead of the live session. Otherwise, we'll be here forever. So those plates that were like, trying to attack me 2 seconds ago. And I missed, I don't know where I put the other sleep. Story of my life. Where did I put the other two? Here we go. So, what do you guys have been doing for the past, let me think. Okay. I'm gonna tell you a little story. Christmas, always, fun, lots of people, lots of food, Disney, New Year's. I have one sick man in the room because he discovered on New Year's Eve that somebody at work had tested positive for COVID. Needless to say, he tested positive for COVID. So he is now in quarantine in my bedroom, aka you know who that is. So there you go. That's a being, then my son, because he has been with them, he decided not to go to work because he worked at an office. So it's been fun. There you go. Happy New Year's to you too, guys. So that's the gist of my, my time off. So I'm just gonna peel it off a bit and take a help myself with my pointy thing here, the pointy tool. I want to be careful not to rip it. The cardstock tends to be a little bit sturdier than the paper, so it's going to be careful. And it's because of that really delicate and like really detailed die, so just going to be careful a little bit with that, okay? So keep that in mind when you're peeling it off or when you're using this die. It cuts like butter, just, because it's so delicate, it's gonna be a little bit careful when you peel it. So there we go. Still want a little fold there. I'm gonna just kind of quickly take out the little pieces here. That's the only bad thing about having the washi tape, like, to help me, is that, like, pieces get stuck to it. So it takes a little bit longer to do the cleanup. I'm just gonna take 2 seconds to do that. But I like this. You're gonna see that it reads as white. It's a little bit not gentle with that one. So let's see. It reads almost as white, but it looks nice on top of the blue. So there we go. It's my first. Somebody gave a gift to yourself. Good for you. What did you guys get for Christmas? I told you already, I got Stanley mug. And I also got a new microphone for my videos, because in case you guys don't know, I'll be teaching in the Pink Floyd Studio Connect, Create and Connect this year in both Spanish and English. So, that should be fun. Like, hoping that I don't go into Spanglish mode full time. So, that's my only fear. I'm just gonna take out these little pieces here. Like I said, cuts like butter. Just gotta be a little bit careful because it's like, so detailed that you gotta be careful not to. Yeah, even cut a little bit there. So here we go. Let's see. Finding the other paper. I'm gonna cut one of this, and based on that, then I'll know if I need to cut another one of this or another one of this. So we're gonna do it by hand here. Like I said, I don't know the name of this paper, but it's the one that has this on the other side. So let me find a pair of scissors right here. I was considering, like, finding the other one of this paper to do my background, and I was like, no, I think I want something more tone on tone. And it might look bitty, but trust me, once I put the flowers, it won't. I'm just putting it on my die cutting machine here. So like I was saying, I got a new microphone for Christmas, and we're gonna use it. You're gonna see it in my videos, and I'm gonna try to find a solution to plug in for the live sessions. I haven't written to it, because once I'm gonna save these little pieces, the center, because once Christmas was finished, then my daughter's birthday was on the 23rd. My son's birthday is on the 27th. We have Boxing Day here on after Christmas in Canada, and usually we go to my sister's on that day, so that already kills the day. And then 27 is my son's birthday. Then we have a little bit of respite, like work and stuff like that. And then New Year's, we go to my New Year's Eve, sorry, we go to my father-in-law to have dinner with them. And then we had the news that, my husband is COVID positive. So he is quarantined to my room, and I've been serving as nurse. So that's the gist of it. So it's been busy, okay, in my place. And again, I'm being careful not to rip the die cut like I did on the other one. Okay, hands, remember. So I haven't set up the microphone yet to see how it works. I know it works, but I want to see if I can set it up for the live session. I don't know, just to try it out. Okay, there we go. Just gotta hit the right spot in the die. I think I ripped it here. Just you gotta be very careful. Like I said, it's really delicate, so. And that's the bad thing about having the washi tape, is that you don't have, the places to poke through. I think I ripped a little bit here, but that's okay. So let's see. See, it's not bad. So now it's just a matter of deciding. So let me just move this out of the way. Time being, we have to do one more cut, and then we can say goodbye to the die cutting machine. Let's just take a look. See, there's a little bit of color, not a lot. I kind of like the pink one better. So I think I want to go. And here's like decisions. Really, you know what? I do have parchment, and I do have, I might do that, Heather. Not on this one, the next one. I just have to decide which color I like better. I think I'm gonna cut another one of this one so that the pink stays in the center. Or, you know what, let's see this. I'm gonna cut another one of the pink and make the executive decision. Now, the only thing is, do I want to use one picture or two? I like it in the pink just because it's more solid. So I think, like the pink. So I don't know if I want to use two or one picture. That's the only thing. You know what? Let's go with just one picture. So we're gonna use just one. So I'm gonna cut another one of the blue one. And that's gonna go in the center. So let me cut another one, not the blue ones, the plaid ones. So let's see. Where did I put my die? So if I seem a little bit scatterbrained or tired, it's been long days. And I was telling Leah yesterday, and we were laughing because she asked me, Natalie, I had totally forgotten to add the description of what I was going to be using. So she texted me to remind me, and I was like, Leah, after this week, I think I'm gonna need a vacation. I said, I'm tired, and it's not fun when you're sick because you're weak, but we forget about the people that are helping you, they also are sick, they also are tired. So let's see the last cut, and then we're gonna put the die cutting machine away. Here we go. Always fun in the D'Souza household, always. Okay, let's put the machine away. Okay, now we have all the space here on the table. Let's just clean this up. I like to keep my little negative pieces to help me as layers behind it. There you go. So, if you guys look at, and again, the holidays, there is like a recurring joke in my household. It's like, every time there's a holiday, regardless, and my daughter's here, she can, she knows somebody gets sick in this house, or before or after, we've had like, emergency situations right at Thanksgiving. So it's like, it was just like, whose turn was it gonna be? And oh, it is what it is, we're at the end of the day, even though he's sick, he's safe, nothing, bad. Thankfully, the person that tested positive called right away, so we knew what to do. So right away, quarantine and stuff like that. And we've had it before. I'm sure, like, if you haven't had it, then you're lucky, count yourself as blessed. We did have the entire household a couple years ago, we all had it. So it was just, we know what to do. We have the test. It's just a matter of patience and some tender loving care. But it's almost over. So there we go. I'm just being careful because again, I ripped it. You see? Heather, I'm gonna, I gotta try that wax paper hack because I think I need it. Okay, so there we go. I have my pieces here. I'm gonna put this away and have it here. There we go. So then I put my stuff that I don't need, well, for now, away, out of the way. So I'm gonna just take my time and clean the spots here. Remember, I have cut the same pieces out of white cardstock, so that already means that I'm going to layer some of them. So that's what I'm not too worried about, the fact that some of this, there's a little tear when I pull them out, not because of the dye, because my hulky hands, were a little bit ungentle with that. So, I'm okay with that. So I'm gonna glue it to the white cardstock on the back, and that will make the die cut a little bit sturdier and easier to handle. Just gonna, like I said, clean it up a bit. Take out all the little pieces here. Oh, you see? There you go. That's why I think like I said, I'm gonna take Heather on her advice of the wax paper. Does it really work? Parchment? I have to try Heather. Now I'm thinking, oh, could have saved me so many, like, triple die cutting if I have only known about that before. There's some dies that, I have to like triple, quadruple die cut because little crooked or like a little rip and stuff like that. And you better know that I'm going to try it after the live. So just like I said, let's clean it up. I do. Okay, I'm trying to see. She's struggling because of the washi tape. Who's struggling? Yeah, make sure, like, am I struggling? No, I was talking about, like, when you have an intricate die as this one, because this has a lot of little pieces and like the lines that join the could be small. Just add like Heather saying that one of the hacks is you can add a piece of wax paper or parchment paper, which I happen to have both in the kitchen, which is 2 steps away from me, in between the die and the paper. And that helps you peel it off without like, sacrificing like, ripping pieces and stuff like that, which is happening to mine right now. So, like I said, I gotta try it. I gotta try it because, like I said, there's quite a few dies that I have done, die cuts that I have created through, my projects that I have to do like 3, 4 times because hockey hands have ripped it on the way out. So if that works, then you know how much time is gonna save me from die cutting 2, 3 times. But like I said, because I am going to back this with white cardstock, even though there's little rips, I'm not too worried. And that's what we're gonna do right now. Okay, so have it. Let's pull the gun. Let's put the gun. Let's put the glue. Tired person here. So when I back these die cuts, I don't want to glue the entire thing. I just want to glue up the little circle in the center. Okay, so you are going to need like a really fine tip glue for that. So let's go at it. Remember, this is the one that's going to hold my picture. So I'm just going to go. Be so careful to do this. Let's get one of the white ones. And then we just got to match it to make sure that, So there's 2 edges here for. So they're going to be 1. There we go. Just keep it in place. And then some pressure over here. And I'm okay. Some of it, like, shows on the background. I'm okay with that. So tight. I'm going to back my picture with this. So I just decide which one I want to use. And if I want my color on. Just because she's wearing pink. So I think I'm going to go with it. Save this for another project. So I want to make sure that I, again, find the center. Again, I'm just going to add it in the inner circle because I want to take advantage of all those little, like, holes in the die to help me with the decoration. And because I haven't decided which way I want to run the twine. God, it's been like what, almost a month that I haven't done a live. I forgot how to speak English. That's so sad. Okay, here we go. So now here's where you have to decide. Because I'm gonna layer, like no layer, but I'm gonna line the 3 of them. I have to choose, like, where I have this. If you look at this die, it has like this little detail here at the top and the bottom. This is the only one, like where I put my picture, that I want to put it like that. The other ones are gonna go in a different way, so I can take advantage of the space. I'm just gonna center this on his face, a little bit of space on all the sides. And there we go. I have one shot at this. So I'm going to set it there to dry for a bit, and we're going to keep backing it up. Have a little bit of water. There we go. Okay, I'm trying to read the comments. They're talking about bubble mailer trick. I have to read all of this after. I wish, like, the comments will show up here in front of my, like, the camera, because then I can read them. But they show up on I'm working here. The laptop is over here, and the length of the comments are tiny, guys. So it's not that I can, like, reach down and read them. And then if I start reading, you guys, you won't see me for a bit. So that's the things, I was thinking about it, like, what have you guys, like, decided to, like, do more this year? Don't think about resolutions or what you're giving up, just what do you want to do differently? So again, I just added the glue to the inner circle that I can do a little bit of, like, add a little bit of dimension by just folding some of the edges. So let's do the other one. One of the things that I decided this year, in case you guys don't know, you guys can find that in 2 seconds, is I love reading. I have loved reading since I was a little girl. I read quite a bit. Not as much as I used to, not as much as I would want to, but I can eat a book really fast. The only issue with that is that I forget that the world exists. So when you are a mother, it is hard because, and takes my time. But I decided that this year I want to read, like, take some time for reading. So thankfully, my husband, I used to have a Kobo for reading. My husband gave me a Kindle for Christmas. So I've been reading a lot. And I've already, like, it's been what? I started, Christmas, I got my Kobo on the 29th. I started reading a few days ago. I've already gone through 3 books. I'm a fast reader, just in case I didn't say that. I read really fast. So I've already read that, which is always fun. And it takes me a long time, not a long time, but I could stay up and read the entire night. So right now I'm just gonna go ahead and trim it. And like I said, I'm gonna be careful because I wanna make sure that these empty spaces remain empty. Okay, let's see. So we wanna make sure that your glue is completely dry before you start doing this. Or if you wanna be brave, is you can use the die to cut it and then just pop the picture after. So you're gonna see me hack at the picture. I'm just gonna do this carefully. Okay, there we go. What did you guys get for Christmas? Heather, what did you get for Christmas? Besides time off, you know? I'm trying to read stuff. I'm trying to read the comment at the same time. It's hard. What else did you guys get for Christmas? Like, what did you get? If you celebrate Christmas, what did you get as a present? Like I said, time off for me was already a plus, but then my family gave me, gifts, and it's a lot of good stuff. You know what? I'm excited for, like, one of my friends. I want to tell you who it is because my friend Vicky Booton sent me a present. I wasn't even expecting it. And but she spoiled the surprise. She's like, make sure, you let me know how they are. Because she sent me a text. And I'm going, what is she talking about? So then the next day I received a box of an assortment of nuts. I just tell you how crazy it was. She sent me a box of, like, nuts from, like, a company here in Toronto that all they do is, like, collections of nuts, and they roast them in different flavors. And I have a huge box with nuts, and I love nuts, like, love them. And I haven't even opened it because, yeah, we've been busy. There we go. And I have one more here. And then that one here, I'm going to put at the back of the picture. That's just going to give me a little bit extra dimension. So it's going to, like, secure the photo just in case, like, I cut a little bit extra. I'm going to secure with another die cut on the back. Okay, so I cut 4 of the white cardstock. 2 of them are going to secure, like, are going to be used in the photo. And the other ones are just going to be, like, the backing piece in the other one. If you do, like, the opposite and you add 2 pictures and you need to cut 5, you don't have to do this what I'm doing right now in case you're wondering. I just like doing it, to secure my picture and to make sure that, it stays where I put it. Plus it adds a little bit of dimension to the photo. Okay. In the card, so just let me line this up. And I'm going to show you what it is. Okay, so that goes behind my picture. And there we go. Okay. There you go. So you're going to see I have the paper, one of cardstock, my photo, and then one behind it. That adds a little bit of dimension, makes it pop a little bit more. Okay, so now we have this. Let's get sorting on this. So this paper here is from the Lovely Bloom collection. It's called Capture Moments. It's the one that has a beautiful rainbow of triangles. I want the B side. I go ahead and trim this. Barcode is off. And I've already used a piece of this, so I'm going to tell you that this is around 9 inches. I'm going to cut it 9 by 12, just to make sure that 9 1/4, I think. And I just keep it like nice and clean. And it's whatever I had left over from the previous project. So I have my background. I'm going to clean up my table before we get going. I do have some white cardstock, and that's going to be the base. Okay. Like I said, you want to show that these things are like, you have the one. And the other one here. Let's move it up. I'm okay if it like overlaps a bit. And then have the other one here. So this one I already know is going to overlap a little bit. And that's fine. Okay. So now for these things here, and remember, like I said, I kept the negative pieces of my circle. I kept them here. They're right here. Okay. And I do want them floating. I am going to use this one. And this is just twine that I bought for Christmas. But I love the fact that it's not white. And it has a little bit of gold in there. Let me see. I talk to myself. I talk to myself all the time. The bad thing is that I answer to myself. So it's not just that I talk to myself. I answer my own questions. So I want to have the white cardstock, the pieces there. And there. So save your negative pieces. Like I said, you can replace this with photos if you want to. Okay, that's completely up to you. Let me put this here. And now we're going to mark where this is going to sit. And I also save my little pieces here because, I'm going to put it behind it and help me with the dimensions. So all the negative pieces that you save, use them here and put them back there. And that's just going to give you that extra length. Now, keep in mind that when you add the twine, this is automatically your pieces are going to lift because you add in that extra dimension of the folded twine. So just keep that in mind. So right now it's just a matter of, I'm just going to cut a piece. Well, I'm just guesstimating this here. And we're going to try. So we're going to go at it in a different way. So this is the part that's going to take me the longest to get set up. So let's get a ruler. And I find my ruler. In case you guys were like, around for my last live, I was like, where did I put my ruler? I couldn't find I call this a centering ruler. I don't know what it's called. But I call it my centering ruler because it has a 0 and it's like, my team holds. So I just want to make sure that, I place this in the right position. So I want them to be centered. That's one of the things. I don't want it to be off. I'm going to set this to the side for now. I'm going to start working on one and then go from there. So remember, this is 4 1/4, so 4 1/2-ish or so. Let me get rid of the white trash. I don't need it for now. So you have the idea. I'm looking at the time. I'm perfect. Meaning on time, not like, not on myself. Just trying to work this out. And the way I'm going to go about it is I am going to take this off, keep my finger there. I'm going to add just a little bit of removable tape. Okay. I have removable tape here. Okay. It's just going to help me with this for you. And stick it. I am going to, I forgot something. I have a little tool here. Okay, so I'm going to need something that's going to help me make a notch here so that I keep everything straight. So remember, like I said, I have to just find the way. Let's go back again with my pictures so that when this overlaps, it doesn't look, lopsided. And I like the fact that if I do this, then these are showing to the right and left. And this one is showing up and down. And now it's going to overlap like that. So I like this. So now that means that I want to run my twine from these edges here. So I'm going to take my twine. This is not gonna, this is gonna be like based on how wide your paper is gonna be, but you want enough to loop it here. So let's see if I can do it. And you can, for this ones here, I'm gonna choose to loop it through both. Okay. Let's see what idea looks like. There we go. Goes one. Okay, and I'm gonna do the stem on the edge. I can do half of this. But let's do that. Let's take this out here. And let's do half. A little bit rusty on this. What is that tool? This tool here? This is a hole puncher. I don't even know what you call it. To be honest with you, I don't know. Again, this is a present from her from Vicky Boots in a couple of years ago. She's like, I think you did it, you know? So she sent it to me. So it's one of the best presents she's ever given me. I will tell her that. It creates a different size hole. I don't know what the name is. I'm sorry. So there we go. We have it there. Keep it there. We're gonna do it the other side too. Okay. So think of it, right now we're thinking of this as medallions, okay? So we're gonna loop this through here. Trying to see that, remember how I loop it, so it looks the same. If anybody knows the name, you know, go ahead. I really don't know, sorry, okay. Okay, and you see automatically this is gonna give you some dimension because the tape is gonna add some dimension to your thing, is gonna lift it up. So I know it's gonna fit right there. It's just a matter of tightening it up here and here. I'm not tying it for now. It's gonna leave it there for now. You've never seen it? It's from Real Memory Keepers. That's, and like I said, besides that, guys, I don't know the names. Tell you my story. I got it as a present. I love it, but you know. So let's cut another piece for the center one. Or let's glue this in place. Okay, so this is going to be on top. It's gonna find the edge there. And if it sticks a little bit, I'm okay with that. So let me just move it up a little bit more. Just into that. Let's see. I want it to be right at the edge so I can put it on my page protector and not have an issue with it. There we go. Right here, right here. This one is going to overlap. So I'm going to go with it. I'm going to find a line here. And to make sure it's semi-center. We should use the grid behind it maybe. So let's see. Let's kick the OCD right now. So he knows exactly what's going to sit. So I want it to be right there. Okay, again, take a piece of the white one, some removable tape for the time being. Once we have this in place, it's all about embellishing and it's going to take us no time. So these are the hardest part. Die cutting it and setting it in place. Once that is done, it's all a matter of just embellishing. And we already created the embellishment. There we go. Let's got two of this. Let's got four of it. 2, 3, and I need it for the other two. Let me just cut this in half here. Okay, there we go. So we have our pieces. Let's run it through it. Let's loop this through here. And I'm looping this through the two, the white cardstock and the paper pattern cardstock. See, there's somebody knows the name of what is his name. It's a crocodile. I call it a hole puncher. So there you go. You see, not the greatest. I'm telling you what I'm using, you know. But like I said, this is the gifts that keep on giving. There you go. I have my two, and then we need to do the other one. So this one here is the one that is going to stay in the center. It is going to overlap the other ones, and I'm okay with that. So let's start by building the background here. So let's go with permanent tape. See, and this is where you have to be careful because I didn't do this. Okay, so all those circles that you had left over, there you go. You don't need to waste, you don't need to like, if you want to add foam adhesive, go at it. I know, because if I like, if I don't use this, I'm gonna put them away in the bag, and that is how I keep hoarding and not throwing away paper and not using it. This way, I am forced to use. There you go. See that already? I don't need to do anything. Already has some dimension too. There you go. So let's run the. Doesn't matter where I sit it right now. I'm just gonna run it. But this one, I'm going to run it not from the front, but from the bottom. Okay, so it's gonna make sure that it's on these ones here. So I have my little strings on the side here. Let me just clean this up. So let's start this out of the way. Let me do some more. Okay, so there we go. Who said this is very clever? You're welcome for the idea. And that's it. Come join us. Subscribe to the channel. Kathleen and I have, I don't know, we like to see things, sometimes you guys see things in a way we see it a little bit different. We like sharing how we see things with the products with, share it so you guys can work it too. And I'm sure that you can use this idea for a card too, but for now we're using it for memory keeping, and it is fun. It's fun to mix things together. So I'm going to pull it a little bit from the back because I want it to be like, see how this one, you can see the ties here. This one, I want it to be a little bit like, cleaner. So I'm going to run it from the bottom one and leave this a little bit higher. Does that make sense? You got to clean it properly. So I'm going to loop the string through the bottom two layers. If you don't have the two layers, through the bottom layer, try to find which is the opposite is here. So it's just kind of a cleaner look. And then, my frame is going to sell as a frame. So let's see here. There we go. See, I just want that cleaner look for the central. It's so cute. Oh, there we go. So that's how it's going to look like. Okay. Now, here's where the flowers are going to come into play. That's why I haven't glued anything. This one being the main central one, I wanted to have flowers coming from behind. And that's what I wanted to be kind of be floating a little bit. This one, you're going to see it tied up, but this one I want to be able to do this. Fold the edges a bit. So that the flowers show up in the background. Okay. So I want these two large florals kind of frame the frame. Does that make sense? Frame the frame, but this is what I want. So that's why I'm not doing anything yet. Okay. Let me drink a little bit of water. Sorry, guys. Just okay, and I'm going to elongate a little bit the design by adding a few extra florals. So I have the die cut here on the side. Kind of creating a little bit of movement. So I want to go kind of, I always talk about flow, but on this one, I think I want to use that word a little bit extra. Or I can make it like kind of in an oval shape. Like, not oval, what would you call it? Like kind of a rhomboid. I like that. Kind of elongate this a little bit more. Okay. So nothing is glued yet. I'm just showing you, like, what my idea is. I might repeat the floral just to kind of keep it symmetrical somehow. Okay. This one has to go up here. So I might switch the other one at the bottom there. And this one will go right here like this. A little bit. Let's see. A little bit more. Pull this one a little bit more. It goes almost to the edge. I like that. So you see how this just went, it elongated this way? I like that already. So that, I just need to change this one to one that looks the same as the other one. Oh, let me try another one. There's one here. I see another design here. This one may work a little bit better for another one. Let's move this out of the way. I like this better. So let's move this design. Let me find another one. There's tons of florals here, so it's just a matter of finding the one that it has the same look. They're not going to be symmetrical because I am using, like, even the designs are not symmetrical, but I want them to have pretty much the same look in the center one. So it's just a matter of finding the same dot. And I know I have it. Is it this one here? Yeah, this one. That. And this one right here. So it's just picking out. This one moves a little bit higher here. I'm talking to myself because I'm just trying to. So there we go. So let's do this out of the way. I don't need to worry about this for now. So we move this out of the way. Just want to make sure that this is right on the center. We're going to move this out of the way for now. And we're going to start assembling this. Okay, so we have our centers. Want to make sure that this is around the. I'm not like, completely OCD, but in a way I am. So I want to make sure that they, like, just because it's going to throw off the balance of this. It's set up like that. Let's get some foam adhesive. Hold it in place. Not in the center. You want to put it on the edges. Just remember, the edges are where the center, you're going to already have the picture, so it's going to pop off a little bit there. Hold it in place. There we go. And I have a little container for my little pieces here. My garbage little container. Now here, let's give it some glue so that it sticks to the paper. Okay. Keep it there in place for 1 second. My finger's holding it there. Let's go. For that, I'm going to do a little bit of cleanup. So. Okay. Better. Let it still come. It's okay. Picture is going to sit. But that will go at the end. But it's going to sit right there. Okay. Now, for this one here, I don't want to do the same thing. I want this one to be the focal point. So this one here, I want the flowers coming in. Okay. Remember, these are the ones that are going to be on the side here with my photo. I'm going to move it to the side. So this one here, I need coming in. So one is going to come, the flowers are going to come this way, and the other one, the flowers are going to come this way. Because I want to create that movement. If I have, I'll show you. If I have the flowers coming this way, then I have my picture. I can add embellishment there. And then I want the bottom one, the flowers to be coming on the opposite way. So you create that S movement on your page. Okay. And have florals this way. And let's go with pencil on the bluish side. This one. Okay, so you see, creates that movement. It's not like, you don't have, you can also feel the inside, but I think it'll be too much. So we're going to stay to the side. So now, before we do this, we need to secure our circles. We need to secure our little strings here. These two especially. And so let's clean up the table. Well, just move it to the side. This goes here, so we in here. So now let's just make sure that this is straight. So the best way to go about it is enter to here. And get it right there. So it's around what, 2 inches from the bottom or so. So I'm gonna get a ruler. I'm gonna get a pencil. God, I need some sleep. 2-ish, which is my favorite measurement, ish. And what it's gonna help you. I don't want to go, I can open it like that, but I don't know if I want to open it. Maybe a little bit. So I'm gonna mark it around 2 and then just kind of go from there. Yeah. So the beauty of this tool is that it has, a few different, like, so remember, I have my mark here. I'm gonna go a little bit higher and a little bit lower than that. So I'm just gonna create a half a cut there and half a cut at the bottom. There you go. I don't know if you can see it. See those two little indents there? There you go. Do the same thing on the other side. Not an exact science, just, that's just gonna help you with the position of the twine so that it stays in place and it helps you tie it together. Here we go. Oh, this is gonna go and you're gonna see it. And so put it here. I'm gonna get the one on the top there and the other. So now I can go ahead and do this in place. And I'm not gonna glue it. I am actually going to add a little bit of it sounds bad, but foam adhesive. I'm just trying to find out how little strips. Okay. So I'm gonna add it right here. It's gonna kind of be floating for a little bit. Okay. So for now, I'm just gonna secure it lightly and then I'll come back and secure it even more after. It's gonna be able to put it in place for now. Here, I'm gonna take these little pieces and I'm doing the foam adhesive because I am adding extra dimension through my little pieces, my little garbage bucket. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. And take your little pieces from here to the back. Double-sided tape or red tape, whatever you have handy. I actually have some red tape here. So let me do the same thing. Let's do one at a time. How are we doing on time? Perfect on time. Okay, cut the X. Okay, the same thing here. Gonna do those little notches right there. Red tape. And also keep in mind by you doing like, adding this to the back like this, you are adding dimension to the back. That means that this cardstock is gonna have to find a way to get a little bit propped of the white cardstock. Like this background, I mean. So cut the excess back in my finger. So there we go, number 1. And you're gonna see that I'm not adding, I just added to the ones here. Just remember, when I put the picture, it's gonna sit higher than this. So I'm not worried about that. Yeah, so let's do the other side. And I just move stuff here. Okay, so let's go. Where's my little pens? So I'm gonna flip it for the sake of the project right now. Okay, here we go. Let's go on the center right there. So remember, it's like I'm gonna use the grid on my table right now. 1, 2-ish. Okay, hold it there. So I have 2 here, and then 2 here. It's gonna help me with my little perforations. You just want to do a little notch that's a little bit too big, but it's okay. It's gonna help you keep the stuff like kind of not moving. One, and then the other one. I'm spinning it up. That's the only thing, bad thing about this tool is that it doesn't swallow the little pieces. It kind of keeps them in place. You have to rotate the tool a bit. Okay, so there we go. Let's go at it again. A little bit only here. And this is too long, so I'm going to put a little bit shorter. And here. There we go. Let's put my finger on the piece. Garbage. And then, oh, yeah, I hope it helps. Yeah, having the little notches is gonna prevent you from moving, especially if you don't want things to like jingle jangle. I don't know if that's a word. In your page protector, it just helps you a bit. So it's going to do a little bit here. There we go. Piece of red tape. So we have our two. Let's do the third one. Okay, so this one again, let's use the grid, and I have the pieces falling on. Okay, twine here. So let's use the grid on the background. So I would say around 6. I'm slicing it. Okay, so like I said, this is the part that's gonna take you a little bit longer. Once you set up, you're gonna see how fast you're not gonna need a lot of embellishments. I listed quite a few things. I don't think you're gonna need as many, but I listed like like I said, I was taking 2 pictures, then I went to 1. And let's go on the other side too. Here. And here. And then I was gonna tell you something. Remember that I believe next week, if I'm not mistaken, Heather can correct me, the new registration for the Create and Connect events for Pinkfish Studio are open. Let's add some glue behind it. So come join us. I'm going to be there, not because, but I'm going to be teaching in both Spanish and English. So, PSA en Spanish, please. Si hablas de español y quieres pasar un fin de semana, haciendo todo lo que es scrapbook, solamente en español, todos en español, inclusive las colecciones, asegúrate de la próxima semana se abren las entradas o la inscripción, sorry, para el siguiente crop. I can't translate that. Create and Connect the Pinkfish Studio. Y vamos a tener todas las clases en español, todos los productos en español. Now we go to the English version. My brain's already translating that. Again, if you guys are going to join us, make sure you check the website. I believe registration opens on the 8th. So come join us. We're going to have fun. We already have seen the collection. They are beautiful. And you know that the collections we're going to be using are just beautiful. And, I know Kinari has put the work into translating them and everything. So make sure you join us. Like I said, I'll be teaching both in Spanish and English. God bless my soul. Okay. There we go. Here we go. Cut this up. And then, and then I don't think we are even, if you decide like you want to be like, like us and do multiples in Spanish and in English, then you know what? Come join us, because I don't think we're creating the same projects for both the classes. If I'm not mistaken, they are gonna be different because we are different. We are using different collections. The one in English are in English to start with, in Spanish are in Spanish. So we are not creating the same project. That much I tell you. So there we go. Here we go to this little shine. And we're there. So now we get to do this part. And then before we do this part, clean up a bit more. Some pieces are already driving me insane. I know this is gonna go in the garbage pile. So now, one of the things you have to keep in mind, like I said before, is that when you're gonna glue this, this here is not gonna lay flat on your layout. That means that you are going to have to add something here to level these pieces, okay? So you can use foam, you can use cardstock, you can use anything you want to. My favorite thing to use, and if you have been here before, you guys know that I love using chipboard. And this is the chipboard that comes behind your, whenever you buy like, something online, especially if you buy pattern paper, and I'm pretty sure most of you guys do, I use that or the back of like paper pad to help me with it. Even though it's cardstock, it's a little bit thicker, so it's gonna give you the perfect size. I have chipboard because I bought enough stuff from online paper that comes sandwich on chip on this cardstock, pretty much like a really super thin chipboard. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna eyeball it. Nothing, ish for this. And then we're gonna take a piece here. So you're gonna see it's not straight and it's not gonna be edge to edge either. Okay, here we go. And you are going to need glue for that. Okay. So, and I'm using liquid glue, but if you have a glue stick, because I have it, for some reason glue stick works better with cardstock glue. Sorry that I'm reaching in front. I think I have it in here. Let me pull my little box here. Or I had one. Okay, I still have. Okay. This for some reason attaches better. Okay. And Heather's gonna laugh because she's been with me before. You wanna add glue to your chipboard so that it looks like snot on the paper. Like literally, you want it to be like, don't go like delicate. You want quite a bit. So it looks kind of snotty. I know Heather's probably laughing because the first time I said that, she was like, what? I think I did a mini album and I was creating the covers using chipboard and I said, it has to look like snot. It does look like snot on the paper. Okay, so let me just close my glue. So here, take it back. Oh, here to the one paper. And then we repeat. Okay, here we go. And it reminds me that I gotta go buy more glue. That's when Amazon comes in handy because we're not going out that much, yeah. So not with the illnesses at home, so Amazon will have to deliver some glue today. We're gonna flip this. I'm gonna use the grid on my mat to help me through this. Remember, this is around 9 1/4, so around 1.5-ish per side. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is just add some glue to where behind the string so that that goes flat on the table. Not flat, on the cardstock. On the table, sorry. Okay, do it the other side. Here. Why does it look like I put it crooked? This is the only part that is hard. Okay. I have to put weight on it. So for some reason I find that it's crooked. There's a possibility that no, it's fine. It's just because it's curling. And it might be that my cardstock is a little bit bigger than my when I cut my cotton. That's okay. No big deal. That's some double-sided tape. Peel it back. The red tape. So peeling them back. See, when you can't see something, it's on the back of something, it's hard. But that's why. Come on. There we go. That's what the red tape is gonna help. And so you see me put my body into it, it's because I'm trying to hold it down so it doesn't curl up. This is the only bad thing about it. There we go. Good. Secure it. There we go. Okay. There we go. Left. Yay. Okay. So the struggle is real, guys. Don't think it's, you guys are like, oh no, oh no, we struggle too. It's just a matter of the tape to dry. We have to put a little bit of weight. And I can do that right now. So that means that after the live, it'll be some, maybe a book or something on top of it. But for now, we continue. Yeah. So here we go. The pieces that we had. So one there and one here. Yeah. So let's add some foam adhesive. I'll have some pieces here. They were almost finished. Okay. So here we go. You guys know that I like to finish a project. So in case if you have never been here, I like to finish my project before I say goodbye. So we're going to speed up through this. The hardest part is done. Now it's just a matter of embellishing. And like I say, you're not going to need much. Remember the opposite of that. Remember, these are glued with removable tape. So you can take them out. Okay? And then we're going to create a little cluster here. So remember, I want it to be coming off the side. So I'm going to let's do something a little bit like this. So, I want it like that. Make it sticking out a little bit more here. And just add a piece of this orange on the side here. I want it like that. So the more thing to do is get some tape to start with on the side here. Remember what this is going to sit. So better to do it like this so you have a better point of reference. And then you don't need to pop it right now. And now you just need to glue it. Cut the excess. Turn around. Cut the excess. Tape it. Tape it. Now you are from a heater. Okay? Yeah, I know, I like it with the circle, with the white circle. If you want to go without the circle, go ahead. This gives me space to add something else there. So I like it there. So now we're gonna go on the other side, same idea, some tape, extra pieces to the side that you want it to stick on. One, we try to pull the same element. So it kind of looks semi-similar. Doesn't have to be identical, but semi-similar. And then I just saw the little piece. This little blue one. There we go. Yes. Towards the bottom. There we go. Cut the excess. Here we go. See? Little bit of foam adhesive. I have ones that are really, really little squares here. And then we're gonna add a title and finish embellish it, and we are done. We need to add a title, a few more details. Here we go. Yeah, so let's pull out the chipboard. We have all my stuff here. So let's start with the title and have the coffee words here. Yeah. I have the word joy. That's what something that I want here. I'm gonna cut it. Like I said, you can put the title in the center or at the bottom. I kind of like it there. Or it can go down here, but I like it up here. That's where my title is gonna go. And you're not gonna need much of embellishing. Not much, because you already have the flowers, you don't want to take away from it. So I know that this is gonna sit nicely here. This is trying to look like I thought that it would look like at the end. Let's do this one here. That's my title. Yeah. I'm gonna go down here. Let me just move this stuff. This is where the chipboard or the bucket stickers are gonna be, like, I like this beautiful moment, something a little bit different. We're gonna tuck it underneath the flowers. This is from the Garden Bouquet collection. So we're gonna bring all that purple together. We're gonna need something here. Let's go into the pocket sticker. I like this kind of bluish tone here that says fun. And it's something kind of a subtitle there. There's joy. Let me see what I have here. I like this enjoy today. Oh, simple pleasure. This is greenish. This is from kind of a subtitle. I'm going to put it right there. So foam adhesive is going to help us with this. A little square. Okay, like I said, it's going to be embellishing. It's going to take no time. Yeah, I'm not taking away from the flowers. We're going to keep everything within here. This needs something else. So, this one doesn't need anything. If you want to, if you don't want to add here, you can move it up here a little bit higher, which is what I'm going to do. And I can add my lines of journal down here. That's what it's going to happen. I think you need something else here to balance this off. So let's take a look at two cards of stickers in the other one. Oh, I have my trimmer here. This love. So just kind of look it up. Remember, we're stretching this. So something here and a little bit over here. So let's see. Shine. So we bring some of that purple. So we need another circle. Let's look for another circle somewhere here, just to balance this up. Just to bring the green. Let me see if I move this here. I don't want to cover the whole thing, but it's too big. So we'll keep the fun and we'll keep the love. We're gonna tuck it right there. Trying to find if there's a smaller circle. I know there is, but I need to trim a little. It's too red. I don't want something that way. So let me just look into. Oh, here we go. I see a purple heart. There we go. And then the last thing that I have is champagne metallic pearls. And I want to use them in my circles. So, and this I learned from Heather, just in case you're wondering. She likes to put them kind of following the circle like this. So I give credit to Heather because I actually saw it in the carnival like that. It's really smart. So we are going to, I'm not going to glue it live because we're almost out of time, but so that you know. So that's going up that way. It's going to go down, it's going to go the opposite way. This one is gonna go this way. Graduate in circles, like graduate in cycles and doing circles, graduate in cycles. I need to trim this at the bottom here because it's a little bit too big. Okay, and then I have these little pieces here. Just a few, just to elongate the design here. Just a few, you don't need that many. There's another one here. Yeah, I need to add one more, so here we go. Just two more pieces and we are done. Okay, here we go. One here, and then maybe one here and another one. Not there because you have to go. And that's it, guys. So not bad. I just like I said, I need to trim this, glue my little dots in place, and we are done. So let me take a look at you guys. Not bad. Let me center so you guys can see it. There we go. And I think we have a winner. So let me flip the camera. Take a look because I'm going to flip the camera. I'm done. 2 minutes late, but I'm done. So let me flip the camera to see you guys. There we go. So we do have a winner, and the winner is Beatriz Aguillon. Congratulations. Make sure you email Leah. Her email is leah@pinkfleshstudio.com. Give her a few days. She's quite busy with everything. My hair is like, fly. I need a haircut. And thank you so much for joining me. Congratulations on your win. And, I'm going to show you one more time because in case you didn't see it. There you go. Okay, so that was fun to put together. So let me flip it together again. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me. Beatriz, email Leah, no sé, Heather, email Leah at leah@pinkfleshstudio.com to get your gift certificate. I was going to say something else, so no. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Remember that on Saturday, Jeff is back with Mindy. I love Mindy. So be sure to, check. If you go and subscribe to the channel, I'm going to just little bit minute. You subscribe to the channel. You can see Leah and Heather at the beginning of the month post all the live sessions and what's coming up. So if you subscribe to the channel and add the notification bell, then you'll be reminded of what's coming up. And this week, Jeff is back for a craft live session. And next week, Heather will be showing you some ideas. Don't forget that Kathleen will be coming the week after with some more scrapbooking inspiration. And then every week you have a car live session. And there's also the craft along. So there's a lot. So make sure you hit on the notification bell of the channel, subscribe to the channel. And then another thing is, make sure you register for the newsletter at the Pink Flesh Studio shop. So you're notified of what's coming up, like the new classes that are coming up soon. And that's it for me. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you back soon. So thank you, Heather, for helping with answering questions. This girl needs sleep, like severe, So yeah, the 2 extra minutes were worth it. I was literally praying that I was gonna get it through, and I made it through. So felicitaciones, Beatriz. Usa el gift certificate para algo bueno en la tienda. And thank you all for joining me. I'll see you soon, and we'll have fun with some other products. Okay, take care, guys.